So, in honor of Greta Thunberg, I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I'm not sure I am, but that's how you spell it. She is that outstanding young woman who is bringing so much world attention to the problems of climate change. In honor of her arrival in New York yesterday, I would like to give you my 5 quick tips for ways that you can do things that will help reduce your carbon footprint, improve the environment a little bit, and they will cost you nothing, and they are super simple to do. So here we go. Tip number 1. You know how you've been bringing your reusable bags to the grocery store? At least I hope that you're doing that. Try bringing your reusable bags to every store. I bring them with me into department stores and boutiques. Wherever I go, if I think I'm going to leave there with something, I bring a bag in with me before I go. Simple. So, tip number 1, bring your bags with you everywhere you go. And if you don't have a bag with you, consider if what you've bought is small enough that you can just walk out with it in your hand without having to take a bag at all. Tip number 2, this is one I really like and I don't see other people doing. You know how you buy bread and it comes in a bag, a pretty small bag? When you're done with the bread, instead of throwing the bag away or even trying to recycle it, just dump out the crumbs, put it in one of those reusable bags in your car, and take it with you to the grocery store or the farmer's market to use for your produce. It's great for your vegetables and your fruit, and you do not need to use those little green bags that they're giving you at the grocery store that are still new plastic bags being produced all the time. Tip number 3. You know that aunt or maybe your grandmother when you were younger who washed her Ziploc bags and reused them again, and maybe like me, you laughed and thought it was just a little cheap? It's not a matter of cheap anymore. It's a matter of environment. So when you finish using a Ziploc bag, unless it's gotten really gross and or broken or something like that, just rinse it like your hair. Wash, rinse, repeat, and use it again and again. I probably would be embarrassed to tell you how long I've had the same box of Ziploc bags underneath my sink, but I use the bags again, and reducing and reusing are always better than recycling. Tip number 4. This one may seem a little weird to you, but actually my husband and I do this all the time, and whenever we do, the servers at the restaurant and even some of the other patrons always will say to us, "Wow, I never thought of doing that, but it's a really good idea." You know those black plastic containers that you got with the clear plastic lids, maybe with some takeout, or when you didn't finish your meal at a restaurant and you take them home, you rinse them out, you put them in the recycle bin and you think that's great? No. Once you've rinsed them out, you can reuse them. Take those plastic containers after you've rinsed them out, and instead of recycling them, put them in a bag in your car. My husband and I keep in our car a canvas bag that's a little bit more attractive so we don't feel uncomfortable about this. And at the end of our meal, if we haven't finished everything, we go get the canvas bag that's kind of cute, walk into the restaurant with it, take our containers out, pack up our food ourselves, and bring it home in that. Eat it, wash out the container, put it back in the canvas bag, and use it again. Good idea, right? Which brings me to number 5, speaking of taking food out. Styrofoam, it's pretty much the single worst thing that we're using. But we don't need to use it for food. First of all, it's horrible for you. It's leaching chemicals into your food, and it is killing you. It is killing us. It is killing the environment. It does not biodegrade. And I know there are some stores and restaurants that is all they have to give you is styrofoam if you want to buy their food. But you can ask them, A, to put it in one of your plastic containers. You can go in that store with your cute canvas bag with the plastic containers in it and give it to them and ask them to put your food in that. If you cannot do that, or if when you go to take your takeout food, you don't have anything with you and that's what they have to give it to you in, ask them, especially if it's a sandwich, to wrap it up in aluminum foil instead. They're always very happy to do that. I ask people to do that, and nobody has ever minded accommodating me on that request. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for following the tips. Do you have a recycling tip? Please share it below. And thank you to Greta Thunberg for the wonderful work you are doing for all of us. So, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and follow Clouds and a Waffle Productions on Facebook and on Instagram. And if there's something you want to hear about on this vlog, let me know. Wishing you a very happy Labor Day weekend. Bye.